side. He's really the ultimate role player. Always does the dirty work and always does what needs to be done.
So we're underway, and the Breakers, they'll start off with the ball. CJ Bruton to Wilkinson up high. Vacona, skip pass, CJ lines up a three. It's good. Great start for the Breakers to lead off this first quarter. And here comes the full court pressure. The Blaze will be looking to get off to a good start too. Coach Joey Wright's been very disappointed with the way they've started games. Harvey steps inside. Won't drop. Penny with the rebound.
Exactly what the Breakers were hoping for. Start with the basket and get the defensive rebound on the other end.
Worthington sags off Vacona. And Wilkinson has the ball up high. Hall's on him. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Hudson on Penny. Goes left. Comes into a double team. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Bruton gets his shot off. Will it drop? Yes, it does. CJ, 5 points already.
Looks like he's feeling tonight. Got the good look early. Now he's just putting them up when he wants to.
No one player really excelled for the Breakers in their loss to the Wollongong Hawks last week. And CJ Bruton will be disappointed with the way that he played and his teammates. He'll certainly be looking to get his offensive going. He certainly is at the moment as Mark Worthington curls around a screen. It won't drop off the glass. Wilkinson cleans it up. Hanari gets in the lane. That drops. Paul Hanari, slashing move into the lane.
The exact opposite of last week. Everything the Breakers are throwing up tonight is going in.
Hudson takes it upon himself and CJ fouls him. First foul on Bruton with the push.
Good foul there. You see him drive into the hole. It looked like he would have an easy layup. No help on the defensive end. Good, smart veteran foul and make him earn it at the free throw line. But how about that start for the Breakers? CJ with 2 tough shots, and then Paulie hits a tough floater. That's exactly what they would have been hoping for.
Hudson misses the first. Yeah, the Breakers, they're only shooting 42% from the field this season in their previous games, and it really hasn't been a shooting performance that we've expected from this team with a roster full of shooters. The Blaze just as bad. In fact, they are the worst shooting team in the league with 40%. Vacona behind the back to Gary Wilkinson. Oh my goodness!
Razzle dazzle. How about that one? Great pass by Mika Vacona and a great finish by Gary Wilkins. Just impressive play all around.
Oh my! We have a whistle on the floor. We have a foul. Hudson's layup won't drop, but Bruton picks up his second. And I want to see that replay right now.
Can't talk enough about that play. Just a great pass by Mika Vacona there. The behind-the-back razzle-dazzle was just impressive. Here we see what the Breakers started off with on the design play for the 3 and CJ.
Adam Gibson gets in the lane. Can't drop, won't drop. Worthington wanted to get their offensive rebound. Hanari's right the other way. Gives it to Wilkinson. 4 points in less than a minute for Wilkinson. Hanari and Hall get tangled up. And we have a whistle.
This is the basketball that we were looking for at the beginning of the season for the Breakers. Looks like this week of practice has really got to him, and here it is. Mika Vacona drives to the hole, knows where his teammate is, behind the back and in your face. I think, was that Mark Worthington there who got slammed on by Gary Wilkinson there?
I believe it was.
It's tough to tell. I don't look at the defenders there. I just look at who's doing the dunk.
Benny Lewis Jr. copped a Wilkinson special in the game against the Tigers here. Hudson into the lane. Kicks it to Gibson for 3. Off the rim. Vacona with a rebound. And the Breakers are off to a hot start. 11-1. We've barely had 3 minutes in the game. Penny for 3. Welcome back to the starting lineup, Kirk Penny.
Somebody's got to stop the floodgates for the Blaze. Can't get on the board at all, and the Breakers is just playing awesome.
14-1, it's a 3-on-2. And Hudson goes to the floor, and we have a foul.
Good, smart play by Hudson there. When you're not getting the ball shots to fall in, the easiest thing to do is go try and draw some contact and get to the line. He's the only player really giving him anything right now and able to get to the free throw line 2 times. But Kirk shooting the ball really well to start off tonight, unlike last week. And there we see Hudson driving to the hole, draws the contact, pretty good at getting his arms out there and forcing the defender to hit him, so he gets to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, Tom Abercrombie just absolutely smothered him. And how deep was that three from Kirk Penny? Hudson hits the first.
Well, to be fair, Kirk was in NBA training camp, so he's been working on the deep three for a while.
Darrell Hudson will take a seat as Chris Goulding comes in. And you like the look of this Chris Goulding, don't you?
Yeah, Chris Goulding, Bubbles as his teammates call him, is really good talent level. Tough offensive player, can play multiple positions, and really look for a lot from him tonight.
Good pressure from the Blaze. Time taken off the shot clock. Down to 12. Gibson, excellent defender. Almost got the turnover as well of Tom Abercrombie.
Well, that looks like the defense that the Blaze should have been playing from the start of the game. A little bit too late now, down 11 points, but as you like to say, better late than never.
Gibson's really come into his own with the Boomers at the World Champs. He's an excellent defender, and he'll be looking to pressuring the ball all night. Penny gives it inside to Wilkinson. There we go.
And there's
Gibson.
The excellent defender Gibson there, getting the hands into the post.
Worthington gives it to Goulding. Ira Clark's in the game. He's got Kirk Penny down low. He goes to work, cross the lane. Nice double clutch move. Nice move from Ira Clark. He'll be happy to get his shot to drop.
Too much size and power for Kirk Penny there. Ira Clark saw the mismatch and just took it right to the hole.
Chris Goulding just mugged Paul Henare, and eventually there is a whistle, and he can't believe it.
I think maybe the crowd convinced the referee about that one. Roger Seals heard too many ohs from the crowd, and Paulie was able to get the call.
So Henare will sit down, as will Vicona, and into the game, Kevin Braswell and Dylan Boucher.
Yeah, a bit of contact there on that play, but Chris Goulding is befuddled, and Joey Wright can't believe it. Who made that call?
Well, that's only the first team foul for the Blaze. The Breakers already have 4. They are a foul-prone team, are the Breakers. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Abercrombie rises to 3. In and out. Worthington almost had it. Boucher had it. Braswell, why not? You're wide open. You're into the game. Unfortunately, won't drop. And he'll back it out. And we'll start again.
Owning the glass tonight, the Breakers are, which is exactly what they need for the win.
Worthington right on Kirk Penny and Dylan Boucher. Good defense from the Blaze there. Came off Dylan Boucher as he tried to save it. So the Breakers with another turnover.
Yeah, Ira Clark took a page out of Dylan Boucher's book there, catching the ball and throwing it off him before he jumped out of bounds.
There is Clark with the ball. Wilkinson's on him. And there is a foul.
You can see the emphasis that the Breakers put on defense this week, already playing much more physical brand of basketball. Although they have picked up 5 fouls here in the early going, you'd like to rather see that than letting the offensive team have their way with them.
Yep. I tell you what, Andre Lamanis is very disappointed with the amount of fouls they've racked up so quickly. That's number 2 on Thomas Abercrombie. And they lead the league in fouls committed, do the Breakers. 24 a game.
That's less than I would have thought. I would have thought that Mika and Dylan would have had 24 between the two of them.
I think you're going to find that's probably the bulk of the fouls. Mika Vicona, his average has dropped. It was 4.5 going into the Wollongong game. It's dropped down to 4.3. And Mika Vicona will always play hard defense.
If you're not getting fouls on the basketball court, you're probably not playing physical enough.
That's right.
Though. That's
yeah,
what you have him for.
Exactly. He's an aggressive defender. He likes to rebound, especially offensive rebounds. Tom Abercrombie will take a seat. In comes Corey Webster, who'll shoot it straight away. In and out, and we have a whistle. Stephen Hoare got tangled up with Gary Wilkinson.
Corey Webster takes a week off. Couldn't make the last game's game with a sickness, but tonight, first touch, shot. I thought instant offense had it in, but it just rims out.
He won't be happy about that, Corey Webster. Had a virus last week. The Breakers couldn't use him against Wollongong. Maybe that instant offense is what they needed. A Breakers record 57 points against the Wollongong Hawks. They only scored 27.
Well, they'll be hoping that record stays up for a while, I suppose. Not what you'd expect at all from this Breakers unit.
Well, to be fair, the Gold Coast Blaze shot the ball poorly in the first half against the Tigers. They only had 26. They had 28 in the third quarter alone as Penny misses a 3. And Ira Clark cleans up the glass. Goulding has the ball. Left hand. Gives it to Hudson. Hudson steps back. Hoare. Long J. Back of the rim. Braswell with the rebound. Gives it up to Kirk Penny. Will he attack the hoop? He does. He tries to get the contact. But he gets the layup instead.
Maybe a little awkward with the in and out, but the result is good enough. 2 points on the fast break.
Hudson comes straight back the other way. A lot of teams have been doing that, and he gets the successful basket. They've been attacking the Breakers as soon as they've scored. Their transition defense has been disappointing. And the Breakers' lead has been cut to 7, 16-9 with 4:39 to go in this first quarter. Wilkinson gives it to Webster. Hudson on him. Shuts down the left-hand drive. Boucher posts up. Spin move on Goulding, who tries to back him out of bounds, but won't drop. And Boucher will pick up the foul.
Good shifty move by Dylan Boucher there, making the spin onto the baseline. Thought he had the size advantage, but Ira Clark came across and did just enough to challenge the shot and force the miss.
So team fouls killing the Breakers. The Blaze will go about 85 feet to shoot free throw from the baseline foul at the other end.
Yeah, that's not the spot where you want to waste your fouls, under your own basket after the defensive rebound. Not ideal for the Breakers right now. And all these free throws as well also give the Blaze a chance to set up their press defense, which they've been moderately successful with tonight.
So Tom Garlett is in the game, and he converts both free throws. The lead is now 5. They've gone on a run, the Blaze have. Pledger's in the game now for the Breakers. Two-man game with Webster. Daryl Hudson gets his hands in the passing lane. Gives it off to Braswell. Does Webster. It won't drop for 3. Breakers have gone cold. And Clark gets out and gets the basket. 6 points for Ira Clark in the game. And Hudson is called for the foul. Little ticky-tack foul there as Mika Vekona will check in the game.
Half-court defense has been really good for the Breakers tonight, but that transition defense just seems to be something missing. Blaze have been able to really get the ball out of bounds quickly and attack. Really getting great open looks on the other end.
Well, they've eaten into that lead. It's 16-13 to the Breakers, and the Gold Coast Blaze want to talk about their first quarter performance. Joey Wright will be happy with the way that they've started this first quarter. A sluggish first quarter against the Melbourne Tigers. And if you would like to make a donation to the Pike River Miners Relief Fund Trust, there are the details. Simple $3 donation by texting to 306. All right, let's go down into the Gold Coast Blaze timeout and hear what Coach Joey Wright has to say.
I want you here with spread, Harv, Daryl. Tommy, Daryl, you coming off this. They're going to switch it, all right? Corey, you roll down. Irish pulling. They're going to put the guard here. Harv right. Daryl, kick it to Harv. Harv, kick it to Horry. Ira dive straight in. High jump. 14 high. You come off this. You hit him. Space back here.
Calm and collected Joey Wright has to be happy with the way he's been able to fight off the hot Breaker start and claw his way back into the game.
Well, they were down 11-1 at the start of the first quarter here, and they've gone on a 12-5 run to close the gap to just 3. The Breakers looking to extend the lead. Get that hot start going again as Braswell has the ball. There's only 5 on the shot clock. Harvey on him. Not sure what he's going to do. He's only got a second to go. He gives it to Boucher. And Dylan Boucher, why not? He's wide open. They like to sag off Dylan Boucher, do defenses, and he'll take that in the first quarter.
Baseline jumper, he says, that's my specialty.
Mika Vekona, excellent on-ball defense, trying to take away Hudson's favored hand. And nice hustling there from Dylan Boucher. The Breakers get the ball with 3:18 left in the first. A 5-point lead. Mika has Hudson sealed off, but unfortunately, the pass wasn't sharp enough.
I think he might have had visions of that earlier behind the back pass. He had a cutting Boucher going into the hole. Really wanted to hook him up with the assist, but just couldn't quite hold on to the basketball.
Here comes Stephen Hall, looking like a point guard with the ball on the floor. Garlett, he hits the 3. Only a 2, actually. Andy Thackeray says foot on the line. So just a 2. 18-15 to the Breakers. Lead cut to 3 as Boucher drives strong. Just won't drop. But there's Alex Pledger to clean up the offensive glass. It's Ira Clark now with the ball. Pledger waits until he gets into the key. And he walks to Ira Clark. Nice looking move. But he took the international 3 steps.
Called for the travel there, but once again, we see that the Breakers are struggling a little bit with their transition defense. Another big takes the ball down the court and looked like he had a good look, only took too many steps.
So Garlett and Goulding sit down. Just Garlett, excuse me. Harvey's in the game, as is Worthington. Hudson up top, down low. Clark and Hoare into a 2-3 zone are the Blaze. Braswell stumbling through the lane, gives it to Webster. Webster's open. Corey Webster for 2.
Webster takes the rhythm dribble, nothing but the bottom of the net. Good job by Kevin Braswell to keep possession of the ball and type it to his teammate.
The Breakers' lead is 7. 2 minutes, 7 seconds to go. Harvey would love to get going in this game. Step back over Corey Webster. Wow, that is nice from James Harvey. But here we go the other way. Corey Webster just regaining control a little bit. As Kevin Braswell shapes up Hudson. Lob over to Braswell, who'll go for 3. Won't drop. Clark picks it up. It falls to Corey Webster, unfortunately, for the Blaze. And we'll start again.
Breakers absolutely dominating the offensive glass in the early goings.
4 offensive rebounds for the Breakers. Blaze, 0 offensive rebounds. As Mika Vukona hits a deep 3. I like it. Mika Vukona is feeling it. He's got the passing game going, he's got the on-ball defense, and he's got the long-range game going as well.
Exactly what the Breakers ordered.
Well, they talked about people stepping up in this game, for this game. And an unlikely offensive force in Mika Vukona with an assist and a 3 already for the defensive specialist.
And Mika says, hey, can you lay off me? I'm going to hit that shot all day. Nothing but net. Good looking stroke. He's always had good form on his 3-point shot. Just sometimes it doesn't go in, but nothing but bottom of the net there.
Well, he comes in a couple of hours before tip-off. He goes to work about his medium range jump shot. And that is probably the extent of his range, most people are thinking. But he's developed, like you said, that 3-point stroke, Casey.
He definitely said contraire to the mid-range stroke on that one. He's got the 3-point range. He really worked hard in the past few years to develop his game into more of that of an all-around player. He came in as sort of an undersized 4, but now really has the skills to be able to play 3. Always had those skills defensively, but as he's developing offensively, he's really become a much bigger threat.
Well, Hudson cannot buy a free throw at the moment. 9 times they've been to the line, though, the Blaze. 7 of 9. Hudson's missed 2. He's now 4 of 6.
He was able to buy 1 free throw then.
Just 1. It's a communist free throw line. You're allowed 1. The state approved it. Anyway, we're back with Kirk Penny in the lane. He's in there for quite a while. In fact, he's in there for too long, says Andy Thackeray. A 3-second violation for Kirk.
Good look on the interior pass, and he had great position at first, but just bobbled the ball a little bit and didn't feel comfortable getting the shot off.
Gibson with the ball now. He's checked in. Braswell's on him. 12 seconds to go on the shot clock. Worthington with the high screen. Nice look from Adam Gibson to Mark Worthington. Beautiful basketball there from the Blaze.
Fantastic pick and roll. Mika Vukona showed the strong hedge on the pick and roll screen. but Mark Worthington rolled right to the cup, and great pass by Adam Gibson.
Webster finds himself open. Step back over James Harvey. Just won't drop for Corey as the ball goes out of bounds, and the Breakers will get it back.
See if they run it down for one shot. Who's going to get the ball here at the end of the first quarter? Only 18 seconds left. One possession left. We're going to try and extend this 5-point lead a little bit further.
Yes, Breakers lead 25-20. Webster with the ball, holding for that last shot. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Hudson's on Braswell. The Breakers get into their work now. Kirk Penny gets his shot stuffed by Mark Worthington. And there is a foul call from Andy Thackeray.
Good job by Penny there to really hang in the air and extend. It didn't look like he was going to be able to get the shot off, but he held on just long enough to draw the foul from Mark Worthington and get to the free throw line for 2 shots. And here we see it. Good move. Oh, he just got some arm there.
He did. He got him on the forearm. He would have liked the jump ball. He's tried to sell it.
Trying to argue the point there, but I don't think officials trust anybody with a mustache.
It is, of course, Movember. Although, I think it's Movember all 12 months of the year for Andy Thackeray.
We go January? I don't know.
I didn't want to go there. I wasn't sure what the right word would be. All right, the Blaze come the other way. Only 1 second left, and it's a bit ugly at the end. As Penny missed the free throw, made the first, and the Breakers have a 6-point lead. A lot better this week than last week, where they had 27 points in just the first half. Tonight they have 26, and they lead the Blaze by 6.
We've got our lead again. Have it your way. 3-minute challenge. 2 competitors. They've got to get down to the other end of the court. They've got to come back dribbling the basketball. First basket wins.
And here we see the first play of the game, which was a design play from Mika Vukona to get to the hole. Passes out to C.J. Bruton, and he really started hot. Hit the three-pointer in the corner, hit the floater, and it didn't stop there. Gary Wilkinson did a great job running the lane, getting the ball in the post, finishing strong.
Excellent shooting night for the Breakers so far. Andre Lemanis likes what he sees. Shooting 11 of 20 so far from the field are the Breakers. And that's a lot better than their 42% that they've been shooting so far this season. And let's hear what Andre Lemanis has to say before we start the second quarter.
Well, just be smart, keep showing your hands, keep trying to slide, all right, over the course of the game, that works out. Be aware on Hudson, like he's a short closeout guy right now. Hudson, like he's ripping and putting us on us, and even up the floor, like it's hard, but if he gets ahead of steam, you got to pick that spot in front of him, and then go ahead and try to slow him down from there, and those other guys just pack in a little bit on Hudson. We got 10 points out of that quarter by running, getting stops and running. So when we get stops, we've got to continue to push. Good job pushing your lane, all right? Good job pushing your lane. Hey, Harvey's out now, but he can't be going on his left hand, okay? So keep running offensive.
In the D-train, sometimes you've got a guard taking it out. So if Mick is up here, may have to pick up a 4-man or whatever, you know, so get matchups and try.
Communicate and just commit to something and then sit down and play to the scouts. Ira Clark doesn't go right anymore, all right? Hey, our first play down, let's go with...
Well, there's former Prime Minister Jenny Shipley there, Burton Shipley, her husband, a big name in basketball in New Zealand. Plenty of stars out there today, actually. I've seen Steve Price, I've seen Valerie Adams, and I've also seen 2 former All Blacks. On the left, Robin Brooke, and to his left is Eric Rush, both All Blacks from the 90s. And here is a current athletic star, New Zealand athletic star, Olympic world champion, Valerie Adams, and Steve Price, a former Queensland State of Origin player, and that is the Pohakina family from Invercargill, up here for Starship Hospital. And we're back live for the second quarter, as Wilkinson can't quite control the down pass, and they're off to the races. Scarlett gets a shot blocked by Mika Vukona. Nice transition defense from Vukona as Corey Webster comes up with the ball.
Best job all night on transition defense there. Great job to hustle back and get a hand on the ball and force the turnover.
So Webster calms it down. We've had a hectic start to the second quarter already. As Kirk gets the ball in the corner for three. Rips the net, does Kirk Penny. Such a quick release.
Looks like some of the Breaker fellas are feeling it tonight. Could be an offensive explosion.
Penny stroking it early on. It's good to see. He already has 8 points. And Vicona can't get a second block. He's called for the foul on Mark Worthington.
And here you see a great shifty one-handed pass from Goulding there. Doing a good job of working the pick and roll and getting some good looks out of it, rolling down to the cup, hitting the big man as he's going right to the hole for the layup. And Mika Vicona gets called for the foul there. You heard Andre in the timeout talking about using your feet more than your hands, but unfortunately got his hand caught in one more time.
Well, the Breakers have the luxury tonight of running a 10-man bench, an 11-man bench if they want to bring Benny Anthony in the front line. The Blaze, well, at the moment, there's only 3 players sitting on the bench, Hoare, Clark, and Gleeson. And that may prove to be a factor later on in the game.
Especially at the pace that tonight's game is being played at, it definitely would have a chance to be a factor.
Webster for 3. Yes, it falls for Corey Webster. Maybe that was what was missing last week, as Corey Webster starting to fill it up. Starting to stroke it is the young buck.
Looks like these jump shots are contagious tonight. Everybody's catching it.
Webster, he'll hit the 3, and he also picks up the foul with the pressure. Already 2 team fouls for the Breakers in this quarter. Not really arresting the rate of fouling that they're doing. They're leading the league in fouls committed. As Worthington's hounded by Vicona. Gibson's in the game. Hanari's on him. Here comes Clark with a big screen on Hanari. Down goes Wilkinson. That's a deep 3 from Worthington, who'd love for that to drop, but Ira Clark is there to clean up the rebound.
I think this is the power player that the Blaze were expecting when they brought him in. Hasn't played up to par before tonight, but he's looking really good so far.
He does. He looks confident. Wilkinson, nice baseline drive. Thought about dunking it for just a moment, laid it up softly. Nice touch from the big man. As Hudson gets in the lane. Hudson attacking the Breakers once again on that transition with great success. Vicona jumps up, gives it to Webster. Surprise, surprise, Corey Webster will shoot it and he'll hit it. A nice shooting display so far in the second quarter from Corey Webster. His second 3.
The back and forth action is non-stop.
Here comes Gibson with the reverse layup. Going the other way, he went right round Gary Wilkinson. He went right round that big man. And Hanari is back. Barely 4 seconds off the shot clock. Kirk is wide open. They lost him. Another 3 for Kirk Penny. They're going crazy, both teams.
Are we sure that these teams are struggling offensively coming into the night?
Just like that, it is a 13-point lead for the Breakers. 40-27. And 3 minutes has just gone in the second quarter. Clark in the lane. Whistle, and he walked. Did Ira Clark, a turnover. And we have the bench running for both teams now. Worthington will take a seat. In comes Goulding, excuse me. Yep, Chris Goulding comes in. Excuse me, Hoare comes in. Vicona and Webster, he'll take a seat. Webster starting to feel it, but probably still feeling the effects of that illness from last week. He'll take a seat. CJ Bruton is in the game.
Looks like the Breakers are trying to really extend that bench tonight. Take advantage of the Blazers' short bench.
Boucher's in as well. Clark is on him. Hanari with the ball. Penny for 3. Back of the iron. Goulding cleans up.
Well, that's just proof you can't make them all, I guess.
So Gleason's in the game for the Blaze too. Clark with Boucher on him. Good D by Dylan Boucher. Bounce pass to Gleeson. Goulding for 3. Nope, won't drop. Hoare, offensive rebound. Gleeson falls over, and the Breakers will get it back.
Where's the Towel Boys? When you see something like that, first thing you want to do is yell at the Towel Boys. You've got to blame somebody, right?
Somebody is to blame, according to Casey Frank. Penny picks up his dribble. Wilkinson won't drop over Ira Clark, but Dylan Boucher is there to clean up the glass on the offensive Penny tried to go up and under. And Kirk Penny will go to the line as Adam Gibson gives a bit of an elbow to Gary Wilkinson. We know how Gary Wilkinson likes to get fired up.
He does, but I don't think he's a little tall to look over Adam Gibson there. I don't think he should quite see him, but Kirk Penny does a great job, and once again just hangs in the air, draws the foul, gets himself to the line again, doing really well offensively early in the game.
So Gary Wilkinson takes a seat. Alex Pledger comes in, the Chief. They call him the Chief. Is that because he looks like Robert Parrish, the former Celtic?
I don't think that's why they called Robert Parrish the Chief back in the day either.
Is that from the movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
You're closer to the team than I am, Casey Frank. You played with them at the Tall Blacks.
I believe Alex Pledger is an honorable Chief for picking up the last year.
We have a whistle on CJ Bruton picking up the foul in the backcourt after the free throws. Breakers lead is 15, 42-27. Bruton will take a seat as he's just picked up foul number 3. Thomas Abercrombie in the game. Abercrombie's on 2 fouls. Hudson down to Clark. Vouchers on him. Backing in Dillon. Nice move by Clark, but just a bit short, stiff-armed it. Here comes Abercrombie. Regains the dribble. Gleason's all over him. Oh my goodness! Oh yes! Yes, Alex Pledger. Loving it.
Maybe that's why they call him the Chief, because he chiefed that one down on Gleason's head.
Chiefed that one down. A Frankism. I'll write it down. I like it. Hall with the ball. Up high in the key. Boucher's on the ground. Kirk gets in the passing lane. Penny with the ball now. Hinari controls the pass. Daring him to shoot is Adam Gibson. Penny, backdoor pass from Boucher, won't drop. Pledger with another offensive rebound. That's 6 for the Breakers, 7 defensive rebounds. Controlling the glass tonight are the New Zealanders. Wild shot from Hall, but there's a whistle, and Alex Pledger will be called for the foul.
Did a really good job of drawing the foul there, Stephen Hoare did. Had a lot of contact driving to the hole, just kept on bumping him and bumping him. Alex Pledger can't believe the call, but as we'll see here, had his hand caught in there a little bit, took an elbow to the face. Oh, that looks like a tough call to me.
Stephen Hoare, 416 games of experience in that play. Now, if you would like to make a donation to the Pike River Miners Relief Fund Trust, by all means, it's so easy to do. It's only $3, and you can do that by texting it to 306, or donations can be made at any Westpac branch throughout New Zealand.
Swing it hard, swing it, don't set it. We got to get in something, all right? We don't want to get it to the point where we're throwing up with hands on boards, all right? Our rotation twice, you haven't dunked down, all right? The time you came here to help on Hinari, when the man was there, you shouldn't have came. The last 2 times, that dunk was because of you. You're hanging right here. Rotate, all right? We got to get our team defense balanced, all right? Get our team defense balanced. They're going to go to Kirk Penny on screens now. If he's screening, if your man's away, he's screening. Get up there, switch it. Bring it back. D, 1, 2, 3.
Joey Wright let everybody know who messed up defensively there. Not too happy. They came into the quarter only down 6, and the Breakers have been able to stretch it out with some excellent offense so far.
Well, one stat that ran across the baseline there while Joey Wright was demanding more from his players, the shooting from behind the three-point line for the Gold Coast Blaze has been terrible this season. They are last in the league at 20%. They've jacked up 142 and they've only hit 28, and tonight they're 0 of 3. While for the Breakers, red hot, 7 of 15 tonight as the free throw drops for Hoare, and Joey Wright is not a happy man. This isn't the start they wanted, but they are the masters of the comeback. They were down 20 at halftime to the Tigers, and at 50 seconds they were tied at 80, eventually just losing that game. It's pressure like that can turn a game for the Blaze.
That's a defensive pressure that this team is capable of. They're really good at getting up and in for the full court, speeding you up, making you make mistakes that you might not normally make.
Sean Gleason with the nice pressure there. Gibson looking for somebody. He finds Hoare. Pledger with a switch on Gibson. Worthington gives it too strong though to Hoare, who had Kurt Penny sealed, and that's a missed opportunity for the Blaze.
Yeah, Hoare thought he had a mismatch there, but Kirk is deceptively big and strong. He may play out there as a guard, has a shooting touch, but he weighs over and comes in at over 100 kilos. Good, fixed, solid body to try and keep the big guys out of the post.
Dylan Boucher wiping the ball clean, dry as well. Wearing white tonight, the Breakers. It's White Ribbon Day to show you're against violence towards women. The Breakers doing their bit. Breakers doing their bit on the court too. 15-point lead, 44-29 with less than 5 minutes to go. 10 seconds on the clock. Boucher is all alone. They are sagging off him tonight. And most nights, to be fair. Abercrombie jab set. 3. Got it. Tom Abercrombie needs that. He was 1 of 8 against the Hawks.
That big shot by Thomas Abercrombie leaves Kevin Braswell as the only Breaker not to score so far tonight.
Braswell on the bench currently. Gibson has the ball though. Hudson now up high, Penny on him. Worthington would like the look of this matchup with Alex Pledger. Gets into the lane, gives it to Hoare. Hoare, step back jump shot, no good. Hanari with the offensive rebound. Offensive rebound. Excuse me, defensive rebound I should say. Number 8 for the Breakers. They're so good at it. I think they're doing it both ends. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Boucher had the ball poked away. And Braswell is in the game now. Hanari will take a seat. Vicona as well. Boucher will take a seat for the Breakers. Goulding will come in for the Blaze. And Gleeson will take a seat. And Gallup will come in for Hudson.
Looks like we have James Harvey on the bench with some sort of calf strain. That's going to be bad news for them. An already thin bench has gotten even thinner tonight.
Yep, they were only running 3 in that first quarter. Harvey is not well. He strained something. Hopefully it's not an Achilles. One player's already gone down with an Achilles for the Blaze. Petrie, big loss. Their big man, their rebounder, shooting very well from the floor as well. As Worthington, he'll need to step up for the Blaze, and unfortunately, he turns the ball over. It's turnover number 7 for the Blaze tonight. So Braswell, looking for something to happen, decides to create for himself, finds Abercrombie on the wing. 5 on the shot clock. Penny fakes Goulding in the air, in and out. But Pledger there, the Chief, cleans up the rebounds. Nice work for the Breakers again on the offensive glass. Number 7, 15 in the game so far for the Breakers in the rebounds.
And the Breakers haven't missed many shots tonight, but when they do, they've almost always got somebody in the glass to get a hand on it. Good job by Alex Pledger there on that one.
Sharing the ball has been a problem for the Blaze. They only get 12 a game, and they've only got 3 so far in this game as Worthington draws the contact. Veteran move there from Mark Worthington.
Got the big fella up in the air with the up fake. Alex Pledger knows his skill is blocking shots. Went up there to try and get the block. Mark Worthington also knew that his skill was blocking shots there. Was able to force the contact and get to the line.
Webster's in the game. Abercrombie will take a seat. Worthington in a new team. He's always felt like a Sydney Kings player. Such a tough player. He spent a bit of time with the Crocs as well.
Last year with the Melbourne Tigers as well.
Yep.
Also spent some time in Germany after the Australian season finished.
Yep, in the off-season. He's a tough player in this league, and it's a great pickup for the Blaze to be able to get a quality player like Mark Worthington, who has to be said was left late, floating around the league looking for a team. He's found a home in the Gold Coast. There's Kirk Penny, drives on the baseline. We have a whistle, and Kirk travelled.
Got a lot of travel calls tonight, something that both teams are going to have to make an adjustment for. Even if you don't think it is a travel, if they keep calling it, it definitely is.
Worthington going the other way. Worthington has started to take control of this Blaze game because at the moment, frankly, it's a 20-point lead. Something needs to happen for Joey Wright and the Blaze.
And as good as things are going for the Breakers, they still have to be a bit concerned with this transition defense. The press defense is up there trying to put pressure on them, but they've been so far unable to contain the ball handlers. And right now, Mark Worthington trying to do a really good job of just forcing his way to the line and trying to get something going offensively. As the Breakers are in foul trouble yet again, Blaze will be in bonus shooting free throws for the rest of the half.
Well, he's having a great season as Mark Worthington, 18 points and 6 rebounds a game. Shooting the ball has not been well. A strong feature of his game, unfortunately, for him. 37% from the field and only 23% from behind the arc for Worthington. Went for 1 or 2 there from the free throw line. 18-point lead. Rather, 2 for 2. Pledger has the ball, gives it to Braswell. 7 on the shot clock. Goes off the foot. Shot clock needs to expire pretty soon there for Kevin Braswell, and he just hoists a deep 3. And I don't think Andre Lamanos is too happy with the way things fell apart there on that offensive set.
Well, the way things have been flowing, eventually it's not going to go exactly as I expect. Struggle a little bit offensively and had to put up the tough shot just not to get the shot clock violation.
Yep, Lamanos didn't like what he saw there. As the Breakers have an 18-point lead, it's a rather healthy lead. But let's go down to Dennis Katsanos, who has Valerie Adams, world and Olympic champion.
Valerie, firstly, congratulations about the gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. How did it feel winning that gold and also having all your throws going over 20 metres?
Pretty relieved, first of all, but also very proud to be a Kiwi to be able to bring home the gold medal.
I want to ask you this. Is it true a guy from the British press asked you whether you were happy to represent Britain at the 2012 London Olympics?
I can't remember.
Okay, because I heard a rumour you said, hell no, I'm a Kiwi, but I just wanted to confirm
actually, yes. No, you've seen my answer. Yes, I have, yeah.
All right, okay. All right, just checking. I wanted to clarify that for all in New Zealand. What brings you to the basketball tonight?
I really love basketball. Actually, Stephen Buckley, he's the strength and conditioning coach for the boys, and I asked him for a ticket, and he got me a ticket here for me and my sister-in-law to come tonight, so I'm really happy.
Now, Valerie, we had a look at you having a bit of a shot earlier on, and you absolutely nailed it. Now, have you played a little bit of basketball? Some of us are a little bit scared when you're throwing a shot put over 20 metres that you might overshoot it, but it was perfect.
I used to play basketball when I was younger for County Dominica in Auckland, so I really, really loved it, so yeah, it was good.
And what does the future hold for you?
Look, back to training full on, and world champs next year.
All right, thanks, Valerie.
Cool.
Better get back to the game. Cheers, thanks for your time.
Yep, here was Valerie Adams pre-game. That looks like my jump shot, actually, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure your jump shot wouldn't be going in there, though, Andrew.
A little bit of knowledge on Valerie Adams. She has a very, very good stepbrother, Stephen Adams, who is a young 6'10" phenom. An NBA prospect, they reckon. He's big and strong like Valerie, and he can jump. YouTube him, Stephen Adams. Back live as the Breakers lead is now 16. And there's only 8 seconds left on the shot clock. The Breakers looking a bit befuddled, but Corey Webster will shoot them out of it. Yes, he will.
Looking a bit befuddled in the offense, but once it gets to the shooter, they're doing a great job of putting it in every time.
Fall away from Stephen Hoare. So the Blaze, they're scoring in 2s, while the Breakers are scoring in 3s at the moment. As Gavin Few blows it up, sees a bit of moisture on the floor. Joey Wright is not happy. The lead is 17. Corey Webster has come into the game off the bench, instant offense. He's filling it up. He has 11. Kirk Penny has 14. Both of them combined 6 of 10 from behind the arc, and the Breakers are 9 of 18. Stellar shooting. It's what we wanted, what we expected from this Breakers team after that horror game against the Wollongong Hawks and that 40-point smashing at the hands of the Perth Wildcats as well. Another whistle. Hoare bumped the cutter quite hard, I think. And that's Stephen Hoare's foul number 2 for the veteran. Game number 417. Braswell gives it to Vicona, who gives it to Webster. Wouldn't be surprised if he shoots it from there. Oh, he's keen, isn't he? You can tell. He's got it in the step. He's feeling it. Unfortunately, he should have shot it. Probably shouldn't have given it up.
Probably feels a bit more comfortable shooting the ball than trying to make that pass there. Had the mismatch, thought he could have taken it, but Gary Wilkinson looked like he had position in the post.
40 seconds left in the half here at the North Shore Events Centre. The Breakers lead by 17. It's a big lead. They've come alive in the first half as Worthington rattles in a 3. He's come alive in the second quarter, much more aggressive for the Blaze. Lead is cut to 14. 21 seconds left. 13 on the shot clock. Braswell gives it to Penny in the corner. Gibson on him. Excellent defense, but Penny shoots an air ball. Just a little strong there for the New Zealand star. So 5 seconds now on the game clock. Gibson, skip pass to Chris Goulding, sets his feet, rips it, does Chris Goulding. And that's a great way to end the half for the Gold Coast Blaze. Goulding loves it. They've cut the lead to 11. It's exactly what Joey Wright wanted. He didn't want the big 20-point lead that they were down. For the Breakers, they've scored 52, and they're underway here in the third quarter. Penny goes baseline, skip pass along it to Bruton. Starting the quarter off like they mean it, the Breakers.
Well, that's how they started the first, and that's how they start the second. Great corner 3 from CJ Bruton.
I don't see the way they should take a seat. They should keep going until the Blaze score. It makes much more sense. Anyway, I don't run the team. I'm just here to call it as we have a foul down the baseline, Casey.
We'll put you in charge of the crowd chants for next home game.
Well, it makes more sense. Much more atmosphere. The Blaze will feel more intimidated. Small things, I know.
No, everybody's quiet now. It's way harder to play when it's quiet.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Take your word for it. It's quiet when I played. There's no one there watching. Anyway, back to the basketball. First team foul for the Breakers already. Oh, wow. Ira Clark.
Gary Wilkinson getting back a little bit that he's been dishing out so far tonight. Good power move by Clark there.
We heard a lot about him being an athlete. He's 35 years old. He's still got the hops. Throwing it down one-handed. A little angry is Ira Clark. Good to see. Vicona gives it to Wilkinson. Rips the net over Ira Clark.
And the Breakers have really picked up where they left off, still stroking the ball incredibly well.
Pressure on the Blaze. Gibson wasn't expecting it. Hanari gets on the floor. Here comes Vicona. Oh, he had his shot blocked by Worthington. Nice
defense by Paul Hanari there. Putting his body on the line, diving for the ball. Gets the great pass to Mika, who goes up. Doesn't quite get it to go, but good follow by Kirk Penny to get the rebound and get to the free throw line.
Yeah, Mark Worthington met him rim high.
Oh, great block by Mark Worthington there. Perfect timing, but too many numbers. The Breakers came in full force, and Kirk Penny was able to grab the offensive rebound and get to the line once again. And we see that Kirk's having a much better night offensively than last week. I think finally over that jet lag, feeling in the flow, and looks like he's a bit more comfortable in the starting lineup as opposed to coming off the bench.
Well, he's coming in averaging 12 points a game. He's already got
16 on the night so far
for the Breakers. Trapping that ball right in the corner there, and the Breakers get another turnover here in the third. Bruton for 3. One drop. Who wants it? Wilkinson. Nice hustle. Penny has it. Bounce pass to Bruton. In the lane. Pushing his defender out with his rear end. Won't drop. There's Breakers everywhere. And one Blaze player. And they get it back to the Breakers.
They're just hungry for the offensive rebounds right now. They're getting their hands on everything that seems like they're impossible to block out.
The Blaze are trying everything, and it's just not happening for them. They look out of sync. 16-point margin. 59-43. Penny has Hoare on him. Runs into a Blaze wall. Gibson comes the other way. Gives it up. Gets it back. Gets into the lane. Gives it to Goulding. Feet set for 3. Won't get it. Penny gets the rebound. Hanari pushing it. Bruton's trailing. Penny for 3. Got it! Nice work from the Breakers in transition to find an open Kirk Penny.
And that's when they're at their best, able to get the ball, push it out, find the trailer for 3, and bang, goes it home.
Lead is 19. The biggest lead of the night was 20 in the first half. The Blaze had it as close as 3 at one point. They've never had the lead, and it's looking pretty hard at the moment to be able to get that lead. If Kirk Penny keeps shooting like that, Gibson regathers the ball just as the shot clock was about to expire, and the Breakers get it back.
And you can see everything that's going right for the Breakers on one end is going wrong for the Blaze on the other. Just a little bit out of sync right now, and the Breakers did a good job of picking up the defensive intensity in the second half and coming out and stretching that lead out to nearly 20 points yet again.
So Hudson comes in the game for the Blaze as Worthington takes a seat, and Hoare. And Garlap is in there as well. Hinari. Hudson sags off him. He knows all about Paul Hinari from the time in the NBL. Penny for 3. Won't drop. Goulding with a rebound.
I think the Blaze got a little lucky there. He had another open look from the spot he just hit one at.
It's a 3rd rebound for Goulding tonight. He has 3 points as well. 11 on the shot clock. Goulding still has the ball. Drives on Wilkinson. Puts it up off the glass. Won't drop. But we have a foul. And it's on, I think it's on Ira Clark. It is, for coming over the top, over the back of the Breaker.
And they can't replicate the same rebound magic that the Breakers have down on one end. Just really trying to create something out of nothing right now. Just struggling, really pushing that ball uphill, and can't find a rhythm at all.
It's Clark's 3rd foul. Pledger and Bruton have 3 fouls each for the Breakers. As there's a nice pass there to Gary Wilkinson as they break down that transition defense of the Blaze. Good penetration by Paul Hinari. Joey Wright's seen enough again. He's ringing the changes. He's going to put Worthington back in the game. And Gleason's coming in too. Right now, though, the Blaze have 7 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Gibson just realised it. Goes left-handed. Strong move from Adam Gibson. Nice move from the Boomer. We're going the other way, though. Penny bumps off Gibson. Rest of the Breakers catch up. Bounce pass into Mika Vicona. There's that behind the back pass again. Will he get the rebound? Yep, almost. Paul Hinari ends up with it after Wilkinson's shot just wouldn't drop.
I think Vicona's just showing off now with the behind the back passes.
You're so right. A magic assist from Mika Vicona. Magic-like assist even to Gary Wilkinson, who threw it down, rewarded the pass with a dunk. But 5 seconds on the shot clock, and we have a foul on the floor for Adam Gibson. Fouls Kirk Penny, changes. Goulding and Garlap take a seat. In comes Worthington and Gleason, and Abercrombie and Braswell come into the game as CJ and Paul Hinari take a seat. Braswell smothered by Worthington. Penny with the ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Braswell, who goes into the lane, floats up, won't drop, won't hit anything. But we're going back the other way. The Breakers get the turnover. Penny, transition 3, in and out. But Wilkinson's there with the offensive rebound. Nice work from the big man. It's a 21-point lead to the Breakers.
All that defense to turn it over right away is exactly what the Blaze didn't need. And another shot from Kirk, but Gary Wilkinson on the boards, doing a great job offensively on the glass.
It's just not happening for the Gold Coast Blaze tonight. Someone's trying to make it happen, and Adam Gibson, wow, nice 3 from Adam Gibson.
Stemming the flow, just stepping up and trying to say, hey, if nobody else is going to score, I'll try and do my best to do it for us.
Gibson 7 points. As Mika Vicona is feeling it. Nice work from Vicona. The lead is back to 20. Timeout on the floor. And while there is one, just a reminder, if you want to donate to the Pike River Miners Relief Fund Trust after yesterday's terrible news about those 29 men down there, by all means, if you want to make a $3 donation, text it to 306. We'll drop by any Westpac Bank branch tomorrow.
Braswell's back in. Go with circle. Switch it. They're going to switch it, all right? Look for the big on the dunk. Kick to the other big in the dunk, all right? Control the tempo. We need to get stops here. Need to get stops, all right? Then get down there and make them guard. Make them guard. Try to get this back down. 447. Get it back down to 10. All right? Get it back down to 10. Every possession. Every possession. Every possession. Let's go.
Chief, you get a round of applause.
Here we go, kick it in. Hey, give me yellow here, yellow back.
We hear Joey right there, just telling us troops to keep plugging at it. We still have a chance, you know, they're 20 points down now, but if they can get it down to 10 points going into the fourth quarter, they'll still be in touch, and that's what they specialized in this year, is to come from behind game and trying to hopefully do it again tonight.
Well, 20 points seems like a lot to most teams, but to the Gold Coast Blaze, it's just another night, it seems, in the IINet Championship NBL. As Ira Clark goes strong and is fouled. Nice move there from Ira Clark. And he'll go to the line after converting the play.
Daryl Hudson did a good job of giving him the up fake. Then he finds his teammate wide open under the basket, and a good strong finish by Clark there, showing that power that he's been spoken of for since he got here to the league.
5 minutes 25 to go, gone in this third quarter, and Ira Clark converts it, and that's just the Breakers' second team foul. So they stem the flow of fouls. It's been a free-flowing game so far tonight. 17-point lead to the Breakers, 68-51. And Worthington goes to the floor. He really copped it there.
Got to earn that possession, I think, on the defensive end. There's no easy charges out there.
You can't hide on the court. Big screen from Gary Wilkinson. The big chunky guy from Utah.
The big chunky guy. He's farmer strong, Gary Wilkinson, it looks like.
He's farmer strong. Athletic too, deceiving, ever so deceiving with his explosive jumping ability. And Gavin Few has the whistle on the baseline, as Corey Webster is called for the foul. So as soon as I said they arrested the fouls, they're up to their fourth team foul. Love it.
You gave him the jinx that can't be broken.
I do it once a week, it seems. Worthington skipping along to Gibson, who's feeling it. In and out. Corey Webster's hungry for that ball, but Braswell ends up with it. Ira Clark is on him. Webster for three. No, won't drop. Gary Wilkinson, nice work. Braswell for three. No, it won't drop. Boucher with the offensive tip. They just can't get a rebound, the Blaze, but they get a turnover. Hudson the other way. Nice hands there from Corey Webster. It's up and down here at the North Shore Event Centre. Braswell, what's he going to do? Lob pass, but to the wrong player, Ira Clark. He puts the ball on the floor. Coming the other way, Abercrombie. Not really a charge. Didn't really want to commit, did he? But the turnover, Clark lost the handle, and the Breakers will get it back.
Anticlimactic after all that effort, going back and forth. What's going on? And James Harvey just looking on. Tough for him sitting on the bench. Word is that he's got a torn calf, and that's just truly unfortunate for him and the Blaze.
Certainly is. Co-captain with Adam Gibson, and it's a real blow to this team to lose James Harvey. Hopefully he's not out for too long as Abercrombie explodes to the cup and gets the three-point play. Nice strong drive from Abercrombie. We haven't seen that a lot in the last couple of games, have we?
No, he used up a lot of that athleticism, I think, over in Adelaide a couple weeks ago. But here you see the strong drive and the 2-foot takeoff, which is Thomas Abercrombie's specialty, and he finishes strong and gets to the line for the free throw.
He really doesn't need to worry about getting a shot blocked with this small lineup from the Blaze. His athleticism and his elevation is really a feature of his game, as he misses the free throw. And we have a violation, lane violation there.
Yeah, I don't know if Tom has to worry about too many people on the planet blocking his shot with the elevation that he can show when he's on his game.
So the lead, 19 still for the Breakers. 3:14 to go. Disappointing night for the Gold Coast Blaze, but they've been in this position before. And the Breakers are well aware of that as Garlett rips a three. No one on him. Nice shooting.
And they're sticking to it, working the offensive, finding the open man, and doing a good job of just trying to keep back into the game. Got a whistle here. Referee's going to talk something over. Who knows what's going on?
Well, the Blaze are 3 of 9 from the three-point arc. There's some discussion going on. Was it a 2?
Looks like it's a 2.
It was a 2. We'll take that off the stats.
Referees really don't want to give Garlip any three-point shots today. They're giving him for threes on all of them. Gotta know where that three-point line is, big fella.
So Garlett, 2 of 2 so far tonight for 4 points. Excuse me, 6 points. Braswell hounded by 2 defenders. Worthington on him. Bounce pass to Corey Webster. Somehow he ends up with it. He gives it to Pledger, who gets fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Well, it looked like a sloppy play for about 21 seconds of that shot clock, but the only thing that matters is the result, and he was able to find the 7-footer under the basket, who was able to try and get it up onto the lane and draw the foul.
So Sean Gleeson checks in the game for the Blaze as Chris Goulding takes a seat, as does Kevin Braswell. Paul Henare, he'll come in. Pledger goes to the line. Good night for Alex Pledger.
And the Breakers just doing a great job of rotating the bodies, always keeping the fresh guy in there so they can keep up this pace, keep the defensive pressure on, and really try and build on this lead.
Just free throw number 9 coming up for the Breakers. The Blaze have shot 21 of them.
That's a lot of free throws.
That is a lot of free throws. They lead the league in fouls committed to the Breakers. 17 tonight. 14 fouls already, 5 for the Blaze in this third quarter, and there's just 2:27 left to go. Gibson needs to shoot it more. That is a nice touch from Adam Gibson.
And he's come alive here in the third quarter, really looking to score the ball, doing a much better job of being aggressive and taking the shots when they come to him.
Yeah, Adam Gibson, 7 points so far in this quarter. Foul on the floor. And looks like, I tell you what, Sean Gleeson looks like he copped something a couple of weeks ago on that right eye. And he copped a foul there. And they're in the bonus are the Breakers. So Paul Henare.
Trying to argue the call, but that's one that the young player never gets. Paul Henare is a longtime veteran of this league, and especially here in this building, he's going to get that call when he's going up against the younger developmental player in Sean Gleeson.
Game number 224 for Paul Henare in his final season in the IINet Championship. He's done playing for the Breakers, he said, and he wants to go out on top. And they're doing a good job after sliding for 2 games against Perth and Wollongong as Worthington holds it up for the Blaze. Gibson with the ball. Henare on him. Worthington rolling to the hoop. Breakers hand on it. Stays with the Blaze as Kirk Penny checks in. Corey Webster will take a seat.
Stifling defense there, everybody rotating hard, getting the hands in the passing lanes, making it really difficult for the Blaze to find easy baskets.
7 on the shot clock. Worthington shoots it, front rims it. Gleeson gets it, gets his shot blocked. Henare gets the ball under control. Nice defense to slow up Paul Henare, goes across the lane. Penny just bobbled it a little. Would love to have shot that first touch. Henare has it though. Abercrombie gets into the lane, drops it off to Pledger, who's monstered by Mark Worthington. No easy shot still for the Chief.
No call there. Looks like it's just the Breakers ball on the baseline. Lots of contact, but just get to keep the ball on that one.
So 7 on the shot clock. Just couldn't get the handle on it, could Kirk Penny. The Blaze come up with it. Gleeson. Garlap has Pledger on him. Tries to go baseline. Good D from the young fella. And he just simply stepped out of bounds.
Just too big, Alex Pledger there. 7-foot, and he may look skinny here on TV, but I can tell you he's a bit of a load in the post. Weighs it comes in at over 115 kgs, and that's not an easy guy to try and get around him down there.
Leon Henry on the Breakers bench, like the look of that one as well, sitting there with Mika Vakona. Anyway, back live. Henare has the ball. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Lob pass to Abercrombie. Oh, yes!
And that gets them on their feet. That's what they've been waiting for, that athleticism from Thomas Abercrombie. It's just going to show.
He almost comes up with a steal. Man, we have been waiting for that at the North Shore Event Centre. Goulding, no-look pass. Nice work to Garlap. Transition basket for the Blaze. Lead still 18.
I got to say, I like Thomas's dunk. Had a lot more flair to it other than Garlap's.
Certainly did. 40 seconds to go. Abercrombie. Foul on the floor. There's a whistle.
And really great athleticism showed. He loves the lob. They just toss it up and bang, powers it home. Nobody there to challenge that. Looks like he caught that ball up about 11 feet there.
Yeah, he was coming down with it. He's just one of those guys, I imagine, that you could throw off anywhere around the rim and he'll catch and dunk it.
Yeah, he's got that go-go gadget arm ability, I think.
The long levers of Tom Abercrombie. thrown it down for the Breakers. Him, Wilkinson, Pledger tonight with some big dunks. And Ira Clark as well. Let's not forget that one-handed monster. Throwing it down at the start of the second half. Still 18-point lead for the Breakers. As Abercrombie almost gets a block. Rising high, I think he almost had his head on the shot clock. 26 seconds to go. Hanari, harassed in the backcourt, just gets it over in time as well. Penny running the offense, running his lanes. Bounce pass, no good. He got caught in the air, did Kirk Penny. Wasn't quite good enough to find Thomas Abercrombie. And in comes Mika. Mika Vicona checks in for Alex Pledger.
Bit of a defensive substitution. Got a lineup on the court now that you could switch everything. Trying to take that last shot away, only 12 seconds on the clock. Let's see what the Blaze come up with.
Score adjustment, 19-point lead for the Breakers. Penny on Goulding, 7 seconds, 6 for the Blaze. What's Goulding gonna do? He'll get into the lane. Boucher flashed at him. Did well enough to upset Goulding's drive.
And Ira Clark doesn't understand how he got the call. When Chris Goulding went to the hole, looked like he drew a lot of contact. Same contact going the other way, but it's the Breakers going to the line, not the Blaze here at the end of the third quarter.
Yep, Ira Clark cannot believe it. And that is foul number 4. He averages 4.5. He got Kirk Penny after that drive from Chris Goulding. And Penny will go to the line. Point number 20 for Kirk Penny tonight. It's great to have him back playing at the North Shore Event Centre. You can't make the second. And that is it for the third quarter. The Breakers 77-57 over the Gold Coast Blaze.
I just want to say a big congratulations tonight to Dylan and Ivanka, who got engaged on air.
And the Breakers able to stretch that lead out there. Came out really determined offensively. Outscored the Blaze by 9 points in the quarter to stretch the lead for the game to 20 points. And really just firing all cylinders, finding nothing but net, passing the ball well, and just shooting the ball at a great percentage.
They certainly are. Joey Wright will not be happy. They need to get one of those famous comebacks they've been doing all season long. And he's masterminding that plan right now.
Swing and pop. Into it. 4 seconds out. We're looking to attack. Okay? Looking to attack. Got it? One. If one, give up. So if he screens down, he hit it, he'd have an attack. He don't have anything. All right? As he's coming, you slide. So everybody slide. You get out, okay? Yep, you circle out to the short corner. All right? We got to get stops, all right? We got to gamble on it. Anytime we can get first pass, we're going to come on down and see us.
What do you guys want to do with that high on ball now? Like, we've got to take care of Gibbo and Wertho. We've got to take care of Gibbo and Wertho. Can we hustle it with this group? Can we hustle?
Both bigs are pretty close to each other, so we can go easily. Both bigs are really close to each other. Like when we spin, we can rotate it.
Who's never been to the Breakers before? Every home game,
And Corey Webster just doing a great job coming off the bench tonight, leading the bench scoring for the Breakers, shooting the ball at an incredible clip. And while he is a young player, you could just see how much they missed him last week with that instant offense not being able to be available with the illness. But he's done a great job of shooting the ball well tonight. Finding the open man with Kirk in the corner there as well.
He had a quiet third quarter, did Corey Webster. Kirk Penny, 20 points tonight, but the bench, they go deep to the Breakers. They go 10 deep. Sometimes they can go 11 if Benny Anthony gets put in the game. And they're doing it tonight against the Blaze, who are a man down. James Harvey, their co-captain, out with a torn calf muscle, which is a real blow for this team because they've gone through imports. They're looking for players, and they need something to happen pretty soon because they've got 3 players out injured already.
They got to be asking themselves, who put the hex on us? Injury after injury has been just being tossed on top of them this year, and it doesn't look like there's any end in sight with what looks to be a pretty serious injury to James Harvey.
Luke Kendall might get a call. He got cut by the Kings, by Sydney. They signed a new guy today, an import by the name of Sandals. Sanders, I should say. His nickname is the Colonel, funnily enough. There he is, James Harvey.
And he would like nothing more than be on the court to try and help his team come back from this, but some injuries are those that you can't come back from, and this is one of those for sure.
Missing his leadership and his 13 points as Wilkinson does a nice job underneath the hoop. The Breakers extending that lead now to 22. Goulding down to Worthington. The boomer going to work on Wilkinson. Jump hook and a foul on Wilkinson.
Well, the fouls keep piling up for the Breakers, but has had no effect on the scoreboard tonight. The 22-point lead is exactly what they would have been hoping for coming off the 2 tough losses the last couple weeks.
Foul number 3 for Gary Wilkinson as Worthington steps to the line. It's been a game of spurts for both teams. Biggest run so far, 9 for the Breakers, 8 for the Blaze. And it is a game of runs, isn't it, Casey?
That's what they say, and it looks like not only is it a game of runs, but tonight's been a game of running up and down the court. Just an incredible pace that these two teams have played at.
Hanare, nice look to Mika Vakona. And Mika is having a good night as well. Point number 7 for Mika Vakona, who can do it all, by the way, if you're wondering tonight. Can put it on the floor. As Hall misses a 3. Can pass it behind the back. He's done that twice. Wilkinson putting it on the floor himself, but puts it on his foot. Goulding comes up with it. Crossing over. Nice look to Hudson. Just couldn't hang on to it, though. Who tries to curl it around a defender. And we're off and running back the other way. Penny drives hard on Gibson. And a foul on Adam Gibson. Kirk Penny aggressive tonight, going to the hoop, looking for that contact.
He's really trying to put his stamp on the game. Didn't play as well as he would have liked last week in the loss. But tonight has come out with a real aggressiveness offensively, shooting the ball when he's open, getting to the line, drawing the contact, doing it all on the offensive end.
.21 points for Kirk Penny. This Blaze team, they're already missing Anthony Petrie and Pero Vasilovic, and the young point guard, the backup point guard from the under-19s that played here last year, Jason Kadee. So it's not good having James Harvey out as well for this Blaze team, who needs something big in this 4th quarter. It is a blowout, 24 points to the Breakers. It's like Groundhog Day for the Blaze this season. CJ's on Worthington. Worthington just shoots it over the top of him. Mark Worthington, he will keep on shooting all night long if he needs to. Vakona gives it to Bruton. 14 now, driving on Hudson. Loses it, goes out of bounds. And there's some discussion as to who was on the ground, who dove on it. And still waiting for a call.
Even when it goes wrong for the Breakers, it goes right. They get possession back there. It looks like it went off a Blaze player. And all the hustle plays are really going their way right now. Seems like they can do no wrong. Got the little dish off. Off Garlip's hand. Off Garlip's hand.
Wow. Yep. Penny, quick shot. Nope, won't drop. Worthington with the rebound. Gets it back. Does Worthington. Mika Vakona fouls him. Unfortunately for Vakona, it's unbelievable. It's only foul number 2, and we're in the 4th quarter. Mika doing a great job tonight.
He's been working a lot more on those behind-the-back passes and the fouls. And there, looked like a lot of basketball, but Mark Worthington does a good job of selling the call. Went to the hole strong, drew a little bit of contact with the body, and gets himself to the free throw line yet again.
And so Stephen Hall will take a seat as Mark Worthington steps up to the line. 14 points tonight for Mark Worthington, 4 below his average. Make it 3 below his average. Still a 21-point lead for the Breakers. Well, both these teams have Sydney coming up in the next round. The Kings themselves a bit beaten up, changing up their roster a little bit. A few shake-ups, running some players through. Hopefully the Blaze can catch them unawares, but they're pretty banged up as well as Bruton goes for 3. That won't drop. The Breakers 11 of 25 from behind the arc tonight. 25 three-pointers they've shot. Clark has Kirk Penny, just goes right around him on the baseline, and it's fouled.
And that's a mismatch that Ira Clark will take advantage of every time. Too much size, too much power for Kirk Penny down in the post. Just rips through baseline, goes for the reverse layup, draws the contact, and gets to the line.
Yeah, Penny got caught out on the switch there, and Ira Clark took advantage of it. And there's a timeout on the floor. And we'll go down into the Breakers huddle to find out what Andre Lemanis has to say to the Breakers. And before we do that, we will hear from State of Origin legend Steve Price. He's with Dennis Katsanos.
Yes, he is a State of Origin legend indeed. Steve Price, what brings you to the Breakers?
Oh, mate, I haven't been for a while, but one of my mates said there was a couple of tickets, so I brought the son along.
Steve, I've got to ask you this, and beware, we are going out to Australia as well. As a Queensland State of Origin player, are you supporting the Gold Coast or are you supporting the Breakers, my friend?
I know going for the Breakers. Princey's been...
Good answer.
Scotty Prince has been texting me, so yeah, we're having a bit of fun at the moment, but still a bit to go in this game.
20 points, you never know though, you never know in basketball. A couple of quick threes. Steve, I guess a big question for you, what does the future hold and any plans as yet?
Oh yeah, we're staying, living in New Zealand, but I'm doing some stuff in Queensland as well as over here in New Zealand, so doing a lot of different things and spend a bit of time with the family as well.
Oh, it's great news, good to hear, and thanks very much for your time.
No worries.
Cheers, Steve.
Not just a State of Origin great, but also a Kangaroos great and a Warriors legend as well.
Good to see him taking a little time for the family, because if anybody deserves a little rest time, it's got to be Steve Price.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately for him, the 2010 season was cut very, very short. A foot injury just would not heal. So called time early. Ira Clark misses the first free throw. A 20-point lead for the New Zealand Breakers. And Andre Lemanis must be very, very happy with the way his team have come out tonight and shot the ball.
Well, it looks like that mental grace period they had last weekend to recharge the batteries has really gone to fruition and really paid dividends tonight.
Hanare fired a bullet into Thomas Abercrombie's midriff, and the Blaze get the ball.
Get your hands up. Hospital pass on that one, setting him up for a bit of an injury.
Ira Clark has the ball. Worthington to Gibson. Clark on Boucher. Boucher leaning on him. Garlett goes around Wilkinson, puts up the floater. Abercrombie comes down with the rebound. Hudson on Abercrombie. Breakers just slowing it down. The energy's gone out of this crowd. They feel pretty comfortable with a 19-point lead. 6:53 to go in the game. Boucher attacking the rim. Worthington stopped him in his tracks as Gibson comes the other way. Worthington shaped up a three. Boucher gets it right back. Gets his mitts in there.
It sounds like the referees have put the whistles away a little bit, just letting them play this game out as the last 6 minutes tick along.
Wilkinson certainly had. Wilkinson misses the layup. Very contested layup, it might I add. And there's a foul. We have a foul. We have quite a foul. Paul Hanare right across Mark Worthington's arms.
Both teams were trying to get that contact for quite a while there, but Paul Hanare saw that Mark Worthington had the easy layup and he wasn't going to let him have it. Good, hard, professional foul by Paulie there.
Yeah, you got him just across the body, I guess you could say.
Got him across the body, other hand on the hip. You're not going to get that layup that time, I don't think.
Paul Hanare, foul number 3. 21 in the game for the Breakers. They average about 24, 25 a game.
And still rotating the bodies in and out here, the Breakers are. Still going with quite a talented lineup. Of course, no matter who's in the game for them, they've got that talented lineup. And from the Blazers side, you just got to hope for no more injuries the way things have been going then. Got this almost a 20-point deficit now to come back from, and not too many players left on the bench to get playing time. Certainly not. It's a good opportunity for Ira Clark to get amongst it while this game seemingly seems lost. 83-66. Speaking of losing it, the Breakers almost threw the ball away, but they get it back as the Blaze got a hand in the passing lane. So,
The Breakers going small on the backcourt with Bruton and Braswell. And they have Boucher, Abercrombie, and Mika Vicona, even smaller on the front line. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Abercrombie. There's a whistle. Chris Goulding is going to be called for the foul on Thomas Abercrombie.
And the Breakers just really milking the shot clock now, trying to stretch out these possessions and shorten the game a bit. And with getting to the line exactly where the Blaze don't want to put them, it just stretches that, makes it so much easier for them to score the ball.
One of those famous Blaze comebacks probably won't happen when you don't have the player like James Harvey in the game. Adam Gibson's on the bench, so is Mark Worthington. Just a pretty relaxing night for Andre Lamanos in the fourth quarter. He'll be happy. Joey Wright, hands on hips. Is he doing a double teapot? I think he is. He'll be disappointed. Garlett.
Great effort by Mika Vicona there to knock the ball
Slapping the ball off the rim. Excellent work. Once it touches the rim, it's live. And Kevin Few calls a foul. And CJ Bruton could have called it for him, I think.
But back to that play by Mika Vicona. Even with this nearly 20-point lead and only 5 minutes left in the game, there's just no quitting the effort of the hustle. And he works down just to take away one more basket and make it that much tougher for the Blaze to come back.
So a very small lineup for the Breakers on court right now. Mika Vicona has Goulding on him. Abercrombie for 3. Yes. As Goulding and Vicona go sprawling to the floor, the Breakers lead is back to 20.
Looks like Thomas Abercrombie has found his stroke a bit tonight, aggressive offensively.
Oh, Ira Clark shaped to dunk it, then tried to lay it up as Abercrombie got a hand up there. Very athletic move there from Ira Clark.
Looked like his hand just swallowed the ball. He could have done anything he wanted with it. Good move. Great job on the hesitation to get to the hole and gave it a little pump and got to the line one more time.
Thomas Abercrombie, 11 points tonight, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. Nice to see his shooting touch back. Had a horrid game against Wollongong. Hit just one shot at 3 in the second half. There's 1 for 8.
Well, there's never going to be a season when you play every game up to your abilities. But the thing you have to hope for most is hopefully you can bounce back from it and do a little bit better the next time out, which Thomas Abercrombie has done a good job of tonight, as have the Breakers.
15 points, 16 points now for Ira Clark, and 4 rebounds for the American import. He's 35. He played with coach Joey Wright. How's that? Mates, that's what they are. Called in a favour. Ira Clark came and helped out this Blaze team. Just not happening tonight for them, unfortunately, as Bruton goes for 3. Yes, Bruton gets the crowd going here at the North Shore Event Centre. It's their 13th 3 of the game.
And looks like the rotation of the Breakers and this press defense is starting to take its toll. The Blaze are looking just a little bit too tired out there to stick with all the players defensively.
3-man rotation for the Blaze. Just running out of time, running out of energy, as Mika Vicona is still hustling for the ball. Nice work by the Blaze. As Gleason gets the ball and the layup. Leaders 19, 4.5 minutes to go. Boucher gives it to Bruton. Bruton, why not? Have a crack. Rattles in the 3.
Just too much time to line that one up. He had the first look, hesitated, took it back, had all the time he wanted, and just nails it home. And now he's 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. That's shooting an awesome percentage.
14 points for CJ Bruton. The Breakers are shooting the lights out. Foul on the floor. Thomas Abercrombie picks up the foul, and that's it for Thomas Abercrombie probably tonight. He's sitting down with 4 personal fouls.
And there's just no let up. You take Thomas Abercrombie out of the game and Kirk Penny comes in. Just a loaded gun. Bullet after bullet coming at you out of the Breakers bench.
Nice night for Thomas. Chris Goulding. Something very Adam Morrison-ish about him. The Gonzaga star from the NCAA. Former Bobcat and, I guess, Laker. Don't you think?
Yeah, I definitely see the resemblance there. I think it's there in that Frenchy mustache, possibly.
Kevin Braswell splits the double team. As Daryl Hudson goes the other way with it, behind the back. Mikavakona goes to the floor as Gleason can't get the three to drop, and the smallest man on the court. Well, they're rebounding each other's shots and turnovers at the moment. Hoare gets a shoulder from Vakona, and it's called an out of bounds, a turnover for the Blaze. Stephen Hoare stepped out, and the Breakers will get the ball.
Well, the refs don't want to blow their whistles for anything unless the ball's going out of bounds right now. They want this one to get going home. Now, the only question I think we have is, when is Kevin Braswell going to get on the bench? The only Breaker to get playing time and not score yet.
Yep. He's the only one who hasn't scored, who's got on court tonight, is Kevin Braswell. He's 0 of 5 from behind the line, the three-point line. Mikavakona slips past the defense. He'll get 2 points. Mikavakona is having a decent night. He has not missed a shot tonight. 4 of 4 for Mikavakona. And he's got 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Nice stat line for Mikavakona. Gibson's in the game. He goes for 3. Adam Gibson is ripping it for the Blaze. Unfortunately, it's just too little, too late. Lead is back to 20, down to 20, with 2:48 to go in the fourth. Oh, CJ, it won't drop. This looks like a training drill at the moment.
And they've made so many, you're surprised when they actually end up missing them.
Worthington into the lane. He's got 20 for the game. He'd rather have had 2 in the win. Penny slowing it up. 10, he's got Hoare on him. Crosses over on him, shoots over Goulding. Kirk Penny with the nice jump shot.
And just too much offensively right there. Cleared a little bit of space with the crossover and hit the easy jump shot.
Goulding trying to get back at it. No good. Boucher with the ball. Penny. Why not? Tries to give it to Bruton. Boucher comes out with it, gives it to Bruton. Bruton for 3. Won't drop. Mikavakona had the offensive rebound, but he stepped out. And here comes the bench for the Breakers. The Blaze would love the luxury of having a bench at the moment. Down a player is Webster. Anthony. And Paul Henare check in. And we have a timeout on the floor. There's a minute 49 to go in the game. And I wonder what Andre Lemanis would like to talk about here.
Not much to say. Stay healthy. Get this win, I think, is all about he's going to come up with.
And just the last chance for a reminder, a Pike River Miners Relief Fund Trust is open and available for you to make a contribution. Text to 306, and that is an automatic $3 donation from your Telecom, Vodafone, or 2 Degrees Mobile. Or you can head into the bank. Our Westpac branch will take your money and donate it to that Relief Fund Trust.
Nothing where we just give up these layups. Yeah, we're hustling all the offers. Here we go, like, we're good. 1, 2, 3.
So Casey Frank, a bit of a G up for the bench player, came in. BJ Anthony gets his first go at playing tonight. He's been out with a rolled ankle at a promotional thing at the North Shore City Council, unfortunately, but a 3-on-3 action, and he came down on someone's foot. I'm just glad it wasn't mine.
And he'll be pumped to get into the game. A month off from basketball is a long time for any player, especially when you've had to probably do a lot of practice in the last week or so after that tough loss they had.
Can the Breakers crack 100? It may happen. 96-76 is the scoreline. Gibson with the ball, gives it to Hoare. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Something needs to happen. Clark, I don't think he's aware. And we have a shot clock violation. Not good for the Blaze. Not good at all tonight.
They just can't get on that plane fast enough, I think, right now.
It's a 6 a.m. flight to the Gold Coast tomorrow morning. I think they've got 1 foot on. Tough night for Gold Coast in New Zealand. Worthington's. He's on Webster. Webster just steps back and shoots it. He was feeling it in the first half. In the second quarter was Corey Webster. Now we're just under a minute. The Breakers stop the rock A two-game slide. Desira Clark hoists to 3, rips it. Desira Clark. And we've got Josh Bloxham checking in the game. The development player for the Breakers is Boucher. And Kirk Penny check out, excuse me, Alex Pledger into the game for the Breakers. Bloxham has the ball. Can he get on the score sheet? A little short. 36 seconds to go. Paul gives it to Clark. Clark wanted a foul. Not going to happen in the fourth quarter tonight. I'm sorry, Ira.
Not with 20 seconds left in the game.
BJ Anthony. He would love a bucket. And BJ Anthony, welcome back to the Breakers.
Rolled ankle. What rolled ankle? Nice hook shot.
So there it is. The Breakers are on their way to winning game number 6 in the IINet Championship NBL. There it is. 100 points for the Breakers at the end of the game. Paul Hanari gets it in. And everyone in the stadium, Casey, gets a free Whopper Junior voucher with their ticket. And they love it.
And Paul Hanari knew about it. He pointed to the crowd after he hit that bucket. Did it for the crowd, I think. What a lot of love.
And who doesn't like a Whopper? Even if it is one of the junior ones. The Burger King Breakers. Victorious over the Gold Coast Blaze, 100-79.